It was a dark and stormy night. I was just finishing up some paperwork when I heard my door open.
Detective Green, my husband's been murdered.
Well, take a seat and tell me what's happened.
It all started when... It was around 6 when I got a phone call from Frederick. He told me he would be working late. The good wife that I am, I made him supper. I walked into the theater and went straight to his office. He was busy with one of his employees, so I left the food on his desk and went to see the new film. Halfway through the film, I heard a loud scream. We all rushed to see what the scream was for. Lying on the floor was Frederick, dead.
Is that all?
If there would have been more, I would have told you.
All right, let's go.
Detective Green, we've been waiting for you.
We have some suspects and bystanders for you to interrogate.
How was he murdered?
He was strangled to death.
Wait, what? I thought he was poisoned.
What would make you think that?
Never mind.
So I understand you're the manager, Mr. Gilbert.
Yes, I am. It's a good job. Except for that awful Catherine. She was always jealous because I got the manager position and she didn't.
We can talk about her later. Tell me everything that's happened tonight.
Well, it all started when... I came to work at 5. Everything was normal. At 6:30, Annabelle walked in with a basket of food. Some minutes passed as I got busy with customers buying tickets for the show. I saw Catherine. She's just a horrible person. I waved at Jefferson. He's been the janitor here for a while. He was walking out of the closet to clean the open theater. As the movie started, and the front was empty, I decided to get some fresh air while smoking a cig. I was unbuttoning my coat as I walked inside. I looked up in horror as I saw Mr. Fredrickson lying there, dead.
Do you know anybody that would want to hurt Frederick?
No, everyone loved him.
All right, thank you. Can you send in Catherine when you leave? How are you?
I just saw the body of a man who just got murdered. How do you think I'm doing?
Could you tell me everything that's happened to you tonight?
Well, it all started when I came to work at 5:30, I went to the film room to get ready for the showing of the film. A little after 6, Mr. Frederick came in so we could have a meeting. We went to his office for more privacy. Someone came up and knocked on the door. I thought I heard it open, but I didn't see anything. So we went back to what we were doing. At 6:45 it was over, so I went back to my work. I saw Gilbert, a creep, but I just ignored him. I headed to the showroom to start the movie. Halfway through the show, I heard a loud scream. I ran out to the lobby, and I was shocked to see Mr. Fredrickson lying on the floor, dead.
Do you know anyone who would have wanted to hurt Mr. Frederick?
Frederick wasn't the good man everyone thought he was. He had a gambling problem, almost as bad as the guy who owned the theater before him. And if you didn't get his money, well, let's say you might not have as many fingers as the day before.
All right, thank you, Catherine. You can go.
I went to the theater to get old files. As I was thinking about all the interviews, I remembered when I first arrived at the theater. I was talking to Officer Doubt when I noticed bruising up the victim's neck. Who could do that to such a big man? The killer had to be strong enough to hold him down and choke him to death. But who? After a long night of putting everything together, I knew who the murderer was. as I looked into old files at the theater and discovered that Jefferson's dad, James, had owned that theater before Frederick. I remembered what Catherine said about their gambling problems. I looked into it deeper and found out James lost his money on bad bets. He needed to get his money back, but the only thing he had left was the theater. Frederick loved to make extra cash on the side. When he heard about James's problem, he made a bet that he knew he couldn't move.
Beats a full house.
James died shortly after of a heart attack. Jefferson, losing his father and his inheritance, made Frederick feel bad. As his new owner, he gave him a job as the janitor. Jefferson has hated Frederick and has been plotting a way to kill him ever since. Jefferson was then arrested and he will serve the remainder of his life in jail. Another case closed by Detective Green.